Sound of Metal is a 2019 American drama film directed and co-written by Darius Marder. It stars Riz Ahmed as a metal drummer who loses his hearing and also features Olivia Cooke, Paul Raci, Laura Ridloff, and Mathieu Amalric. Sound of Metal had its world premiere at the Platform Prize program at the 2019 Toronto International Film Festival on September 6, 2019. Amazon Studios released the film in theatres on November 20th, 2020, and on Amazon Prime Video on December 4th. The film was critically acclaimed with particular praise for performances by Ahmed and Raci, the sound design, the editing, and Marder's direction and screenplay. It was listed on the 52 Film Critics' Top 10 lists for 2020. At the 93rd Academy Awards, it was nominated for Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay, Best Actor for Ahmed, Best Supporting Actor for Raci, and won Best Sound and Best Film Editing. Sound of Metal is directed by Darius Marder, who wrote the story with Derek Cianfrance, and who also wrote the screenplay with his brother, Olivia Marder. The film originated as an unfinished Cianfrance project, Metalhead, which centers on a metal drummer whose eardrums are ruptured and he becomes deaf. The film featured as members of the band's Jucifer portraying themselves. However, the project was later scrapped until Cianfrance's friend Darius Marder took up the project. In January 2016, Dakota Johnson and Matthias Schoenaerts joined the cast of the film, with Marder directing. In July of 2018, Riz Ahmed and Olivia Cooke joined the cast of the film, replacing Johnson and Schoenaerts, alongside Mathieu Amalric. Before the casting, Marder had spent 13 years vetting actors who would match his commitment to the film. A large number of the cast was hired from the deaf community. For 8 months, Ahmed prepared for the film by spending 2 hours a day learning American Sign Language, and 2 hours a day in drum lessons, and 2 hours a day with a personal trainer, and the remainder with his acting coach. Marder wanted Ahmed to trust his instincts, and did not allow him to review his dailies on his performance or script analysis. Sound of Metal was shot in 24 non-consecutive days, from the early to late 2018. Now, this is an evocative look at the experiences of the deaf community. Sound of Metal is brought to life here by Riz Ahmed's passionate performance, underwritten and dramatically muted, with fantastic direction, and frankly, Ahmed's performance is one of the best of his career. Ahmed, who had already proved his acting chops in the fantastic show Night Of, is absolutely brilliant here as Ruben, and it's through his multi-layered, nuanced performance that we live and see through Ruben's eyes as he goes on this life-changing, frightening journey of realizing that he will never be able to hear ever again. And through Ahmed's powerful but sensitive exploration of the so-called disability that challenges perceptions and assumptions about loss of hearing in thoughtful but provocative ways. The film immerses you in this noiseless world, but it's Ahmed's star performance that speaks volumes loudly and clearly, as through this haunting film you start to realize particularly what it is like for a musician to lose his ability to hear. It is heartbreaking to watch, but there are uplifting moments within the film as well. I particularly love his interactions within the deaf community and the deaf school, for example, as he now learns that there is hope and that he can adapt to this new way of living. For me, this film puts in perspective, firstly, how we should never take any of our senses for granted, and how, secondly, being deaf doesn't mean that you cannot now live a normal, productive life either. Olivia Cooke is also superb in this role, and her chemistry with Ahmed is so believable, yet it's so heartbreaking as well to see these two lovers now drifting apart as their lives move in different directions. With its outstanding performance here by Ahmed, poignant, introspective, and enlightening, Sound of Metal is a superb film to watch. And it will open your eyes and ears to another world that maybe some of us take for granted. Sound of Metal gets an 8 out of 10.